Okay, so now we're here in the card editor, and because I'm using like a screen recording software, and it's only so versatile, so I just have to click on like whatever window I want to actually be on and just start recording from there. So if you don't know how to get to like the add section, basically just click on the deck, and when you first click on the deck, there'll be no cards in it because you just made it. At the very top, it'll say add, and just click on add, and it should bring you here. All right. So I have a split screen pulled up, even though it's only showing you this one screen. That's typically the best way that I think is to make cards, unless you just kind of like there's a hotkey called Alt Tab. You can just keep switching between windows. That's pretty cool too, but I think like this is the best like and most time efficient way of just doing split screen and copying and pasting or just typing out your own statements. So yeah. Now I'm going to show you three different ways to make cards. I think are kind of the most versatile ways. The first two I'm going to try to show you in this video. So you've got two options. There's these things called cloze cards, right? It's kind of just making a fill in the blank statement. Like if you were to say the bicep is inf inferior to the deltoid, right? So you typed out this statement, right? Um, And so you can highlight this. I don't even know if you can see me highlighting this, but I'm highlighting deltoid, and I can hit Control Shift and C, and it puts it in these little brackets with a little C1 around it. And so that just means I've closed off one section of this card, right? And so when I've done that, I have basically made a fill in the blank with this part. So when I go back and I actually like hit study this deck and I go to this card, it's going to say, like I'll go to this section, it'll say the bicep is inferior to the blank. And it'll be like, what is that? Right? And so it's that simple, and that's really cool because you can make some pretty elaborate statements. And you can even have multiple closes, right? So what it'll do is, you can highlight another section of the same card, and you'll do Control Shift C again, and you can highlight like or close off that one. And so you would think like, okay, does this make the whole card turn into like two different spots with it highlighted? But really, it makes two different cards. Because like, if you go on Reddit, you'll see people talking about like cards and notes. Think of the card as the template. The whole phrase, the bicep is inferior to the deltoid, is the card. But the card has two different notes now because I have two different like modifications to it. Now it has one note, the blank is inferior to the deltoid, and it'll have another one, the bicep is inferior to the blank. Those are two different notes. And so you can just click add and just add it. And so the other way that I like to make cards is with just the basic note card thing with your front and back templates. So you can say the bicep is inferior to the deltoid. And you can just do it that way. And you just click add. Now I like that. I just don't like the whole having to type something and then tab down to the bottom. It's just not as efficient. So I just kind of keep it in close. Click and choose. And I just type another statement, blah blah blah. And then remember, whatever your statement is, Control Shift C is a hotkey. And that's just a lot faster. And I think like if you type a statement, I forget what the regular way is. Oh yeah, that's right. If you I never do it because I always use the hotkey because it's faster, but like, you know, you could type like the bicep is innervated by the I can't type anymore, cutaneous nerve. And then you can highlight musculocutaneous nerve. You click these little brackets right here and it'll do it for you. So that's another way. I just completely forgot about that, but there you go. That's how you make cloze and basic cards.